You've got to get up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. It's good to have money and the things that money can buy, but it's good, too, to check up once in a while and make sure that you haven't lost the things that money can't buy. I want to say right here that the easiest way in the world to make enemies is to hire friends. Putting off an easy thing makes it hard, and putting off a hard one makes it impossible. Some salesmen think that selling is like eating, to satisfy an existing appetite, but a good salesman is like a good cook. He can create an appetite when the buyer isn't hungry. Worrying is the one game in which, if you guess right, you don't get any satisfaction out of your smartness. A busy man has no time to bother with it. A businessman's conversation should be regulated by fewer and simpler rules than any other function of the human animal. Have something to say. Say it. Stop talking. Beauty is only skin deep, but that's deep enough to satisfy any reasonable man. Friendship. I want to say right here that the easiest way in the world to make enemies. I don't know anything that's quite so dead as a man who's fallen 3,000 or 4,000 feet off the edge of a cloud. But it isn't enough to be alright in this world. You've got to look alright as well, because 2/3 of success is making people think you are alright. Remember that when you are in the right you can afford to keep your temper, and that when you are in the wrong you can afford to lose it. You'll find that education's about the only thing lying around loose in this world, and that it's about the only thing a fellow can have as much of as he's willing to haul away. Everything else is screwed down tight and the screwdriver lost. There's nothing in the world sicker looking than the grin of the man who's trying to join in heartily when the laughs on him, and to pretend that he likes it. It has been my experience that, even when a man has a sense of humor, it only really carries him to the point where he will join in a laugh at the expense of the other fellow. When you have been in business as long as I have, you will be inclined to put a pretty high value on loyalty. It is the one commodity that hasn't any market value, and it's the one that you can't pay too much for. Tact is the knack of keeping quiet at the right time, of being so agreeable yourself that no one can be disagreeable to you, of making inferiority feel like equality. A tactful man can pull the stinger from a bee without getting stung. Poverty never spoils a good man, but prosperity often does. It's easy to stand hard times, because that's the only thing you can do. But in good times the fool killer has to do night work. But some people, and especially very young people, don't think anything's worth believing unless it's hard to believe.